Pre-testimony to the bill we're doing later about OIG and due process and what happens to the people who are left not being served after someone's put on a temporary suspension, which turns to be a long time suspension. And if it's a bad guy, then that's fine. But anyway, so this morning in my office, I had Lydia and Alma stop in, which was very nice. This is Lydia. Lydia just had a story to tell, and I thought it would be helpful, and maybe it'll come up in her comments, but her service provider was suspended for whatever good or bad reason end of the year. And Mr. Chair, I have on this piece of paper the list of services she's gotten from the state of Minnesota since then. That'd be a blank piece of paper. She said no services since then, safe transitions. And this is her mother, who's an angel. Anyway, Lydia would like to talk to us. And so Lydia, welcome to the committee.
I work for the St. Paul Public School System, helping young adults transition into independent life. I grew up in Iowa, and I went to college at the University of Wisconsin, Whitewater. I have had cerebral palsy since birth, when I was born with my umbilical cord around my neck 2 times and had to be resuscitated. I need help with preparing meals, feeding, dressing, showering, and household chores. I have the CADI waiver through Medicaid for my services. On December 31st, I received a call from my caregiver agency saying that they would not be able to support me in my care needs due to fraud investigations. My services were being suspended until further notice. The time frame they gave me was 1 week up to 3 months. Because I want to live my life and contribute to my society, I went to college and got a full-time job. Since I choose to work, I have to pay for my medical assistance premium. So medical assistance is not free for me. Luckily for me, my mom left her job after 20+ years to work from home, so she can pick up and move in with me while I have no services, and she helps me. And since my dad has passed away, my mom has to rely on others to watch her farm and feed her dog while she's with me. So not only does it put stress on me trying to figure out how to continue living independently, it affects my personal care workers. Their job is put on hold, and they no longer get a paycheck. So they had to find other jobs. So I have lost my staff that I have learned to trust and who know me. I don't blame them. They have families to support and bills to pay. You see, it affects more than just me. I have been trying to find a different company that is not under fraud investigation to take over my services. It is a struggle because companies don't have workers to support my services. The pay is low and most companies won't let a person work 40 hours. How can we expect to staff these agencies and for people to support a family working part-time for so little? Something needs to change so situations like mine don't happen to others. I have worked so hard my whole life, against all odds. Doctors telling my parents I would be better off in an institution, and professors telling me I will never be able to be employed in my field of interest because I'm too limited. To people that look at me and because I am nonverbal, they assume my brain doesn't work either. So I will advocate to make things better for those who can't, and because I can. I believe Minnesota can lead on this issue. We can protect independence while also protecting taxpayer dollars. That is the purpose of the Home Care Stability and Accountability Act. Having my caregiving services suspended made me come up with the Home Health Care Stability and Accountability Act. The Home Health Care Stability and Accountability Act is designed to protect Minnesota's home and community-based services from sudden disruptions that can happen when federal funding changes or when a provider shuts down unexpectedly. The bill would create a dedicated stability reserve fund that activates only if federal Medicaid funding drops below a certain level, allowing the state to temporarily stabilize home care services while lawmakers work on long-term budget solutions. It also creates continuity protections so that if a home care company closes, loses its license, or is suspended, people receiving services can quickly transfer to another approved provider and workers can move to another company without unnecessary delays. The goal is to make sure people who rely on home care do not suddenly lose services because of funding changes or provider problems, while still maintaining strong oversight and accountability. Ultimately, the Home Care Stability and Accountability Act protects three core principles: independence for vulnerable Minnesotans, fiscal responsibility for the state, and accountability for taxpayer dollars. It ensures that in times of federal uncertainty, individuals who rely on home care are not placed at risk, and that Minnesota remains proactive rather than reactive in protecting essential services. I created a petition in order for people to show support in changes needed to caregiver services. I have been speaking in Zoom meetings to the Minnesota Council of Disabilities in order to bring awareness to issues that people with disabilities have been dealing with in regard to care services. I am asking for your support in implementing changes. Thank you for your time. I appreciate all you do for the people of Minnesota.
You did a good job.
Do you remember, Senator Abler, that Senate File 4354, I think should be in front of us right now. If you're okay, I asked your lead and our vice chair, and they would be okay moving that now. Let's have that discussion now. But do you remember 3 years ago, I remember 7 years ago when you said, we're independent and we mean it. Do you remember that theme, And then 3 years ago, I said, let's get to the why we do what we do as this committee, right? That was our conversation. I am so full of sadness and anger at the same time because of what I just heard. And the sadness is that the system failed an individual, right? And then the whole thing I've been talking about, this whole session that I'm back, boy, when I hear a click like that, that just triggers me. So now I'm triggered about sadness, triggered about the fact that somebody messed up somewhere along the line, right? Senator Abler, in your bill, tell me about it, because I am just, thank you very much, Lydia, for re-educating us about to the why we do what we do. And so Senator Abler,
Well,
please.
Mr. Chair, and just one thing, so Lydia prepared a handout, and we're working to put together, and Alma might be around as well. Mr. Chair, if I could just ask your indulgence and wait on my bill. There's many people for many other bills. I think at the end of the day, there's going to be a smaller crowd wanting to talk about this, as important as it might be. So if I could be allowed to defer, I would appreciate that, and just go back to the
It's your
schedule.
choice. I just
Thank
thought
No,
you've got,
And so I just want to, DHS was unaware
You
of
want to go to the
this.
floor with this bill? I make a motion to move Senate
Thank
File
you.
4354.
So, Mr. Chair, just our amazing DHS staff has met, and I imagine something will happen
Yes.
for her.
Yes.
But, Mr. Chair, I think whoever watches this, if there's somebody in between services, they should tell us. Apparently, the grapevine from wherever Lydia lives to us happened because she stopped in today. And so just for people watching, and if you know somebody, they should contact me or you, or how about that? Just me or you, and we'll connect them to somebody. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Lydia.
No, thank you, Senator Elder. Thank you, Lydia, for reminding us why we do what we do.
You did a really great job, Lydia.
Wait. But and but then the
It's okay, slow down, it's all right. You want this? Yes.
problem.
It's a problem.
Had she
It's going to go that way.
is
The problem is,
it takes
uh-oh.
isn't she going?
No. The problem is it takes
No. No.
them,
No.
you,
No.
long,
Too long.
to get back to you, and it is in not my fault to N-O, not to.
Problem is it takes too long.
T-E,
No.
tell
Damn.
people
Um.
if
Um.
I
Um.
don't have service.
No.
It takes the company a long time to get back to you when someone's not gonna show up and,
No.
or when they don't, when they
Ah.
are C-L-O-S.
No.
Closed.
The problem is it takes too long for them to tell her when they're closing.
Thanks, Jessica, for that. Thank you, Senator Abler. Lydia? Lydia, will you please give my best to Alma Silver and remind her she knows where my office is, okay?
Yeah.
All right?